Welcome to this mat yoga practice. This is kind of a quickie. We're going to be here for just a few moments for a standing practice. So you can see how long the video is as you open it up, giving yourself this standing practice. And we're focusing on the knees here. So find a comfortable standing position. If you can, make sure your feet are mostly parallel to each other. So your toes are mostly forward, your heels are mostly back. And then just stand up tall here. Let's bring one hand to your belly and the other hand to your chest. Closing your eyes for just a moment, take a breath. Bring your attention into your body. Just finding that gentle rhythm of your breath. Focusing your attention right here. All right, now as you focus your mind, let your arms relax. Bring your attention all the way down to your feet. Take a second to notice all of your toes touching on the floor. Think about pressing those big toes into the floor just a little bit more. And then relax your toes. So we're gonna wake up the feet first. Let's do it again, just pressing those big toes down a little bit. If things start to cramp, please back off. And then relax your toes. Let's do it again, just pressing those big toes into the floor and then relaxing. All right, now you're gonna press your big toes into the floor and add lifting the arches of your feet. It's not a big action, you can just think about it. And then relax your arches, relax your toes. We're gonna do it again, big toes, pressing into the floor, lifting your arches just that little bit. Maybe notice how that shifts your whole body up. And then relax your feet, relax your toes. We're gonna do it one more time. Pressing those big toes into the floor. Think about lifting the arches of your feet just that little bit. And then relax the arches, relax your toes. And then you're just gonna lift all of your toes, wiggle your toes a little bit, and then set them back down. Maybe lift your heels and set those back down. And again, you want your feet to be mostly parallel. All right. So since we're focusing on the knees, the feet are actually super important in this standing position because the weight of our body's going down through our knees into our feet. And if things are not aligned, you might already feel your knees yelling at you with your parallel feet. So take a second just to adjust until your knees feel okay, all right? Look down, notice the difference. This is our habit pattern, right? And then see if you can just move a little bit closer to your feet being parallel to each other. Just enough that you're starting to shift your body into this alignment. Big toes are pressing down, arches are lifting. Again, if this causes pain in your knees or if you get a sensation of ow, listen, please adjust so there's no ow to start, all right? Feel your feet solid, active on the floor, and we're gonna do a little baby squat here. So just bend your knees until you feel a stretch in your calves or until your knees say stop. And then straighten your legs. As you straighten your legs, think about clenching your butt cheeks tight. Now relax that clench, bending your knees. And then we're gonna straighten and clench. Do this a couple more times, relaxing that clench, bending your knees. And then straighten and clench. All right, maybe two more. Again, we're just waking stuff up. It's not a big movement. You want to keep your chest lifting. It doesn't matter how low your hips go. It's all about the knees. Now the next time your knees are bent, I know I said that and did something different, but the next time your knees are bent, keep your knees bent. Really pull that belly button in so you're stable at your hips. Your feet are still active. Those big toes are still pressing into the floor. Notice your hips. Maybe rest your hands at the top of your hip bones. All right, you want your hips to stay stationary. You're just gonna lift your right heel. So don't lift your hip, just lift your heel. All right, keep that right heel up, slowly straighten your left leg. And then bend your left knee. Now press both heels into the floor. Both knees are bent, belly button's pulling in. And then we're gonna do the other side. So lift that left heel, hips stay stationary. And then slowly straighten your right leg. Now bend that right knee and then press both heels down, both knees are bent, belly button's pulling in, you're feeling solid and stable. Now try and find a stationary spot with your eyes. Don't look at the video. See if you can lift both heels. Big toes are pressing into the floor. All right, keep those big toes pressing into the floor. Keep your heels lifting. See if you can straighten both legs. There we go. All right, keep your heels up. Just bend both knees. See, we're making everybody work here. Pull that belly button in. Keep your heels up. All right, finally, you can set your heels onto the floor and then straighten both legs. And feel all that circulation all the way down through your legs. All right, so we're gonna do a little action at the ankles. There's two options. You can keep your toes on the floor and just rotate your ankle around in circles. Mostly our brains are not used to that. So if it's easier, you can lift your foot up off the floor, but that means you gotta balance. And then you're gonna switch, lifting that other foot up or keeping your toes on the floor and just cranking your foot around in circles. All right, and then set both feet onto the floor. And again, just feel your feet. Notice the action through your feet, your ankles. And I'm actually gonna give you the side view here. You can stay where you are. What you're gonna do is step so that your right foot is forward, your left foot is back. Try and find a spot where you feel stable. We're gonna focus on this back leg. So all you're gonna do is as you inhale, lift that back heel, that left heel up off the floor. And then exhale, press your heel to the floor. So do this a couple more times. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering down. Maybe a couple more, just like that. Okay, last one, little lift. And then press your back heel down. Make sure your toes are pointing mostly forward. A lot of times we rotate that heel in and then it changes. It actually puts stress on the knee. So we want to stretch that back calf. Calf tension often leads to knee pain. Crazy stuff. All right. Now you want to find a spot where your legs feel solid and stable. This back leg's going to stay straight. All right. We're going to do a little work for our upper body just so that it's not jealous. When you inhale, you're going to bend your front knee just a little bit. Reach both arms forward and up, lifting through your chest. And then when you exhale, come back to the starting spot. Really pull your belly button in, straightening your front knee. So inhale, little bend, reaching up, lifting through your chest. Exhale, come back, pulling that belly button in. Feel that quadricep working as you straighten your leg. We're going to do two more. Feel your body nice and stable. All right, the next time your knee is bent, your arms are up. You're going to keep your legs in this position. Keep pulling that belly button in. And then just reach forward, folding over your front leg. Keep your knee bent. Now your hands can come to your leg. They can come to the floor, whatever feels good for you. You want to keep that knee bent. We're aiming to get the knee directly over your heel. So if your knee is bent way forward, it's not going to be as stable. We want to stabilize, keeping that right big toe pressing into the floor, keeping your front knee bent. When you inhale, you're going to flatten your back, lifting your chest just parallel to the floor. And then when you exhale, fold forward, pulling that belly button in. If you're feeling frisky, as you flatten your back, maybe reach your arms back like airplane wings. And then exhale, fold forward. So on that inhale, you can get a little action between your shoulder blades. Exhale, folding forward. Okay, we're going to do one more little lift. And then folding forward, stay folding forward. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. If you like, you can straighten that front knee a little bit. Oh, feel that big stretch. You can even lift your right toes up off the floor, pressing your heel into the floor. Ripping, tearing, shooting, cramping, falling on your head. All are bad things. Please avoid. So if you lifted your toes, set those right toes to the floor. Bend your right knee. And again, you're going to flatten your back, lifting through your chest to stand all the way up. Keep those legs nice and strong. And then step your feet together. I feel like I was really far forward, so we'll adjust. Feel the difference. Feel how crooked you are. If the room is spinning from all that up and down, give yourself a minute to find your balance. And then we're going to switch. So this time, left foot forward, right foot back. It doesn't have to be a giant step, because remember, we want to keep that back heel pressing down eventually. We'll start by lifting that right heel up and then exhale, pressing your heel down. So when you lift your heel, maybe feel the joints of your toes. Feel that little stretch across the ball of your foot. Only if you're tight there. Maybe feel the action in your calf. So you're clenching that muscle a little bit and then releasing. Warming that stuff up. Let's do one more, a little lift. And then press your right heel into the floor. Make sure your toes are pointing mostly forward. You want that foot to be active. Try not to collapse your arch, right? I know, it's a lot. So this right leg stays strong and stable, straight. Now we're gonna move this front leg and your arms. So when you inhale, bend your front knee just a little bit, reaching your arms forward and up. As you exhale, come back to the starting spot. So pay attention. Maybe look down as you bend your knee. If you can't see your toes beyond your knee, you've gone too far. Coming back. We're gonna do two more. So you're coordinating that little bend in your front knee, lifting your arms. Exhale, coming back. I have to inhale sometime. Let's do one more. All right, now your front knee stays bent. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Keep your back leg straight, your heel pressing into the floor. Hands can come to your leg, they can come to the floor. It might be different on this side. So find that spot where your legs feel strong. Front knee stays bent. You want your knee to be directly over your ankle. So when you inhale, you're just lifting your spine, maybe reaching back like airplane wings. Exhale, folding forward. Feel that stabilization, feel that work in your legs. Again, little lift. And folding forward. If you can, do this a couple more times. Last one. The next time you're folding forward, stay folding forward. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Try not to let your shirt smother you. All right, now just straighten that front knee. Oh, notice where you feel it. I feel it in my eyeballs. Okay, so if you want, you can lift your left toes up off the floor. And then set your foot flat. Bending that left knee just a little bit, lifting through your chest. You're gonna come all the way up. And then step your feet together. And feel all the blood drain from your head, back down to your feet. All right, again, if the room is spinning, give yourself a minute. Because we're gonna do one more kind of up-down action. If that sounds like a terrible idea today, you can skip this part. But again, for our knees, these IT bands, the outside tendons that are holding our knees in place, sometimes get so tight that they cause issues. So we want to give them a little attention, a little stretch. This is going to be just a tiny rotation in your spine, a little twist. So you're going to start with your right hand, bring it to the outside of your opposite leg. This left arm can stay alongside your body. You can keep that left hand on your butt cheek if you like. When you exhale, you're just going to fold forward, dragging your right hand down the outside of your left leg. Try and twist your chest to the left. And then when you inhale, come all the way back up. You may be thinking, Kim, I'm not feeling my IT band at all. But see if you can feel that little massage, that pressure from your hand dragging all the way down from your hip towards your ankle. And then all the way back up. Everything else is just a bonus. It's more about our attention today. We are getting a lot of action here. Okay, we're just going to do it one more time. Folding forward. Now you're going to stay folding forward. If you feel frisky, maybe bring that left arm out parallel to the floor. Really pull your belly button in. Your hips should be stable. Those toes are pressing into the floor, right? Now think about raising your left arm toward the ceiling. Just go as far as you feel useful today. If your neck is really cranky, turn your chin towards your toes so your neck can relax. Maybe take one more breath wherever you are. And then you're going to bring both hands to your legs, folding evenly over both legs. Taking a breath here.
Now before you come up, bend your knees a little bit more. Drop your hips, lifting through your chest.
Stand all the way up. And then when you come to standing, feel the shift. Feel the room spin maybe. Maybe not. All right. You ready for the other side? This time you're going to bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg. That right arm rests wherever it feels useful. On your exhale, you're dragging that left hand down your IT band from your hip, down the outside of your knee, all the way to your ankle. And then when you inhale, you're coming all the way back up. Take a few breaths, repeating this movement. Keep your knees unlocked. Try not to lock your knees as you fold forward. So we're finding some strength, building some strength, some stability everywhere. Toes stay pressing into the floor. There's so much going on. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. Folding forward, and then we're going to hang out. Again, your knees are unlocked. Toes are pressing into the floor. Belly button's pulling in. If you're feeling frisky, bring that right arm out parallel to the floor. Maybe raise your right arm toward the ceiling. Again, if your neck is cranky, turn your chin towards your toes. Keep those toes pressing into the floor. One more breath. And then you're going to bring both hands towards your feet. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Try not to smother yourself. All right, now bend both knees a little bit more. Drop your hips, lifting through your chest. Stand all the way up. And then roll your shoulders a little bit. Feel all the blood drain from your head back down to your feet. And take a second, feel that circulation all the way from your feet, your knees, your hips, maybe all the way up to the top of your head. Thank you for playing this quickie. Hope your legs feel strong and stable. Namaste.